Welcome students. In this video I'll be talking about exponents. This video is for 7th graders or anybody interested in learning about exponents. So this will be basic exponents, basic exercises. So I will work through 15 exercises. So the first one, we need to simplify 3 squared. So what would be the answer to 3 squared? Well, the first thing is notice we have an exponent and it's 2. That means that 3 squared can also be written as 3 times 3. So this is called repeated addition. That means that we multiply 3 2 times. So that will be 3 times 3. That will be equal to 9. Okay, the second one is gonna be 5 cubed. So doing repeated multiplication, we're going to do 5 because this is 3. So we're gonna do it 3 times. 5 times 5. And then times 5 again. That is equal to, so if we take the first two, 5 times 5 is equal to 25, and then times 5 again, that will give us 125. The next one is going to be 2 to the 4th. So how many times we need to do repeated multiplication? We need to do it 4 times. So that will be 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, and that will be 2 times 2, that's 4, and then that will be times 2 times 2. So that will be equal. Now we do it again. So 4 times 2 is 8, and then we leave 1 times 2, and the final step is going to be what? 8 times 2, that's equal to 16. So now let's say they give us that a is equal to 5, and we need to find, no, I'm sorry, we're gonna do a is equal to 2, and we're gonna need to find a to the 5th. Okay, so if a is equal to 2 from what is given, then that means that a to the 5th has to equal 2 to the 5th, and that's going to be equal to 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 and then times 2. So 5 times 1 2 3 4 5 times. But remember, what did we do on the previous exercise? We did 2 to the 4. So that means that we already, this right here is already 2 to the 4th, and that is equal to 16. So our process simplifying, and all we're left with is the 16 from the first 4 multiplications. That will be 16, and then times the last 2. 16 times 2, that's equal to 32. Okay, now let me erase the board, and we can go ahead and do more exercises. Okay, sometimes you have to add exponents, like in the following case. So let's say you're given 10 squared, and then you have to multiply it times 10 to the 3rd. How do you multiply exponents like that? I'm sorry, how to multiply expressions like that? So first of all, notice that we have the same base. The same base is 10. So the answer has to be equal to 10. And then what we do is we add the exponent. So that will be 2 plus 3, and that's equal to 10. 2 plus 3 is 5, so that will be 10 to the 5th. And if you want to translate this to a number, you have to do repeated multiplication, and that's going to give you 100,000. So now we're gonna go backwards. Let's say I want to express 8 times 8 times 8 with an exponent. So with using exponents. So how many 8's we have? We have 3. So we need to put the base as 8 and the exponent as 3. So that will be our answer. Now, sometimes they may ask you, what is a number raised to the first power? Well, any number raised to the first power is always going to be equal to the number. So 6 to the first power is going to be equal to 6. Just like 5 to the first, that's going to be equal to 5. Or 3 to the first, that's equal to 3. Now, sometimes you're going to have a number raised to the 0 power. So 7 raised to the 0 power, that's going to be equal to 1. For example, let's say you have 8 to the 1. That's going to be equal to, 8 to the 0. I want to put 8 to the 0. That's equal to 1. Or for example, let's say you have 9 to the 0, that's equal to 1. Now let me erase the board. Let's go to the next exercise. So the next exercise is going to be let's say you're given something that looks like this: 3 squared, and then you have parentheses, and then you have another exponent. The way you do it, it's so remember PEMDAS, you have to do the acronym PEMDAS, you have to do the order operations, right? So PEMDAS says that parentheses, exponent, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. So here we can do the parentheses first. What is 3 squared? That's equal to 3 times 3, and then we square because that's what is given outside. So what is 3 times 3? That's 9. So we have 9, and then we can take out the parentheses and leave the second power. So that will be 9 squared, and that's equal to 9 times 9. We're using repeated addition, and that will be 9 times 9 is 81. Let's say you're given a problem that says b is equal to 4, and then you need to find b cubed plus b squared. So what you need to do in that case, you need to plug in the 4 into the expression. So b cubed plus b squared becomes 4 cubed plus 4 squared, and that's equal to 4 times 4 times 4 plus 4 times 4. So, and that's equal to 4 times 4 is 16. So we have 16 times 4, and then the other is going to be 4 times 4. That will be 16, and then we have 16 times 4. So 16 times 4, that will be 4 times 6, that's 4, carry 2, 4 times 1 is 4, plus 2, that's 64. Now we do 64 plus 16, And our final answer is going to be 64 plus 16, that's equal to 80. Okay. Let's erase our board. And now let's see, we're going to do the following exercise. Let's say they ask you to simplify the following expression. So we have 9 squared minus 7. Well, first of all, we need to do the exponent before we can do the subtraction according to PEMDAS, remember. So what is 9 squared? That 9 squared is equal to 81, and then we subtract 7. And what is 81 minus 7? Well, you can do the subtraction, so it will be what? 81 minus 7. Then you borrow 1 from the 8, that will be 7, that becomes 7, and this becomes 11. Now 11 minus 7, that becomes 4, and then 7 minus nothing, that becomes 7, 74. So the answer to 81 minus 7 is 74. Now let's say you're given the following expression and we need to simplify it. So it will be, let's say it is going to be 2 times 2, and then we raise it to the third power. Okay, so first we need to do the parentheses. What is 2 times 2? That's 4. So the parentheses becomes 4, and then we raise it to the cubes, to the third power. So that would be third. And then this becomes repeated at multiplication, 4 times 4 times 4, and that's equal to 16 times 4, and I believe that's 64. We have 3 more problems left, so let's see. Let's do this one. So let's say we have to simplify the following expression: 4 squared plus 4 cubed. Okay, so first 4 squared, that's equal to 4 times 4, and remember we just did 4 cubed. So what is 4 cubed? That's 64. So we're gonna do plus 64 instead of 4 cubed. Now we need to do 4 squared, which is 4 times 4, that will be equal to 16 plus 64. And that again, of course, is going to be 80. Let's make more space on the board, so let me erase what we just did. Now let's say we will need to simplify the following expression: 2 cubed times 2 squared. So remember, we have the same base, so we can add the exponent. So that will be equal to 2, and then we do 3 plus 2, that's equal to 2. What is 3 plus 2? Is 5, so it will be 2 to the 5, and of course that's gonna be equal to 32 when you do it. Now let's do the last exercise. Let's say they tell you that C is equal to 5, and need to find C squared minus C to the first. Okay, so how do we do that? First we need to plug in 5. So we're gonna do, so this is equal to 5 squared minus 5 to the first. What is 5 squared? That's equal to 5 times 5, which is 25, and then 5 to the first, that's equal to just 5, remember? So that's equal to 5. So 25 minus 5, that's equal to, final answer, 20. In other videos, I will go over to other kinds of exponent expressions that have exponents, like rational functions and more advanced exercises. So keep me updated for next exercise. Please subscribe, and I hope you like my video. Please comment out if you have any questions or need help. Please do so, please, and subscribe. Thank you very much.